Good morning, everybody. Once again, we are going to study about the physical features of India, and we are going to study about the peninsular plateau. So, once again, we recap the previous things that India is divided into 6 physical divisions: the Great Himalayas, the Northern Plains, the Great Indian Desert, Peninsula Plateau, coastal region, and the island groups. We have studied about the Great Himalayas, about their extent, about the width, the ranges in between, the peaks that are situated in the Himalayas. Then we studied about the northern plains. Again, in that we studied the extent, the length, the quality that is found between, that is the Khadar and the Bangar. We studied one more topic, that was the Great Indian Desert. Again, it is very hot, it is arid, it has less rainfall. So India is a country, is unique country, we can say that. India has all type of climate. When you talk about the world, so world, by knowing this world means you have 7 continents, the countries that are situated in these continents. When you talk about America is divided into states. It has 4 countries: Canada, United States of America, Mexico, Florida, California. Then you have Europe. Europe, again, you have Great Britain, Germany, France, Latvia, Ukraine, and many more. When you talk about Russia, when you talk about South America, Australia, so think, when you talk about like North America, Canada, so Canada is a country which is covered with ice. When you talk about Russia, again, Russia is a country which is covered with ice. It has very short summer. Otherwise, it is severe cold. But when you talk about Brazil, South America, Brazil, again, it is a very dense for the vegetation. A lot of varieties of vegetation is found in Brazil. It has the biggest area of forest. When you talk about Africa, you have the largest desert, the Sahara Desert, Kalahari Desert. So, if you want to experience the different types of climate, you have to travel from one country to another. Means if you want to feel the cold, then you have to go to Russia, or you have to go to Canada. If you want to feel hot, how hot the country is or the area is, so you may go to like Africa, Sahara Desert. If you want to see jungle, you can go to Brazil. But India is a country where you find all type of climate. Going to only one country with only a little bit of expenditure, you can see all the climate, all type of things. But for different countries, you have to expand. You have to have a good amount in your hand to feel the experience. You can say that why the foreigners come to India to experience. When you talk about the northern Great Himalayas, you find a temperature which goes somewhere around minus 60 degree in Dras area. This Garo Khasi and Jaintia Hills, Meghalaya, you have the two famous places. One is, first is was Cherrapunji, but this Cherrapunji record was broken by Mausim Ram. We have the world's heaviest rainfall. In the same country, when you move towards the west direction, you have the desert. When you move towards the south, you have the coastal areas where the temperature is moderate, not very high, not very low. You have the world's highest peak. These areas are filled with forest also. That is evergreen forest. You have the world's largest delta, Sundarban, in this area, Bay of Bengal, where you find the Bengal tiger. This is the Bengal part. This is Bengal tiger out here. That's our national animal. We have elephants. We have the Gir range, known as the Gir forest. Here you find the lions. In northern Himalayas, you find yak. In the great desert, we have the ship of the desert, camel. We have some alligators. We have some chinkaras, deer, all present in India. So coming to one country and moving from one place to another, you can find a lot of varieties. In India only we have somewhere around 90,000 species of animals and 45,000 species of plants, flowering plants, etc., etc. So we are going to deal with this plateau. This is not very high. You can see out here the Malwa plateau, the Chota Nagpur plateau, the Mahendragiri hills out here in the eastern Ghats. You have Vindhya range and Satpura range and two rivers. These are the two hills, ranges. In these two ranges you have a river, Narmada river. Between two rivers, Narmada and Tapi, you have the Satpura range. Other than you have Mahadev hills, the Nilgiri hills, the highest range, highest hill, mountain in Anaimundi, Annamalai, Anaimundi. So this triangular shape is known as the peninsular plateau. The peninsular plateau is a tableland composed of old crystalline igneous and metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks. So you have already studied about these rocks, igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks in your lower classes. This plateau means the peninsular plateau consist of two broad divisions, that is the central highlands and the second one is the Deccan Plateau. The part of the peninsular plateau lying to the north of the Narmada river, consisting a major area of the Malwa Plateau, known as the Central Highlands. So you can look into your map also. The Malwa Plateau is clearly shown about the Vindhya range, and towards its east side you have the other plateau, that is the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Between that you have the Bundelkhand area. The Deccan Plateau below the Satpura range, Mahadev Hills, Deccan Plateau is a triangular landmass. You can look at towards your into your map also and identify the areas that lies to the south of the river Narmada. On the both side, where you find the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. So you have see a brown line out there. So that is the Ghats. As the name are given as the Western Ghats. So it is found in the west side of India, that is the Arabian Sea, and the Eastern Ghats. So these are found on the east side of the India, that is Bay of Bengal. Ghats mark the western and eastern edges of the Deccan plateau. The continuous Western Ghats lie parallel to the western coastal areas. The discontinuous and irregular Eastern Ghats stretch from the river Mahanadi Valley to Nilgiris in the south. So as this mountain gets a name because of Nil. Nil means somewhere violet color, dark blue color, and Giri means Parvat. So there's a plant which gives this Nil color, blue color flowers, and these mountains are covered with these flowers completely. That's why these mountains have got the name Nilgiri Mountains. The highest peak of Western Ghat are the Anai Mudi, whose height is 2695 meters, and Doda Beta, whose height is 2637 meters. Then we have the Mahendra Giri. Its height is 1501 meter, which is the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats. The Deccan Trap the region of black soil. This is known as the lava soil also, Regur soil also, is one of the distinct features of the peninsular plateau.